As a coach and educator, I'm constantly looking for ways to bridge the gap between sport and life, translating lessons from practice, games, and team culture into lasting, applicable life skills. Today, as a basketball coach, I want to use the game itself as an analogy, a lens to further explore what really matters, both on the court and beyond it. Because losses don't show up on the scoreboard, they show up in the margins. A missed box out, a bad turnover, an empty final possession. The first 3 minutes of the second half when a team just doesn't show up. We love to point to the game winner, the buzzer beater, the highlight. But that's rarely the story. Most games are lost far earlier, in the quiet lapses that no one remembers, but that always matter. That's basketball, but that's also performance in general. Athletics or skill enhancement, when done right, is not just a metaphor for life, it is life. It's a microscope that reveals how we respond to discomfort, pressure, and adversity. And it's a mirror that reflects who we really are, not just who we pretend to be. In every possession, in every sprint, every attempt, every late game decision, we are practicing something deeper than sport. It's present, it's grit, it's self-awareness. How to fail well, how to show up when it's hard, how to recover when it's even harder. And when I talk about basketball as non-negotiables, I'm really talking about a way of living. As a teacher, an educator, a coach, I look to make those connections real for my players and for my students. So let's think about the real fundamentals. And here's what every team I coach knows. Effort travels. Don't give the ball away. Take the right types of shots, both for yourself individually and collectively within the strategy of the team. Finish possessions. Finish the play. See it through. And then start and end strong. Start game strong. Start half strong. End half strong. End games strong. These are simple truths. But they don't just win games, they shape character. They can help cultivate identity if we're able to extrapolate these outside the context of just athletics. They teach us how to live deliberately with standards. So let's break them down. Not just for basketball, but for the business and act of becoming more fully ourselves. Once again, I ask us to return, be mindful and thoughtful and intentional with our lives. So 1, effort travels. In my experience, effort is the price of entry. You don't need ideal conditions to give a damn. You just need the willingness to begin. This is mood following action. This is next play mentality. This is every growth mindset principle made tangible. Action first, emotion second. And you don't need motivation to do the hard thing first. You need motion and maybe a little bit of courage. Enter action with boldness. Effort is not a personality trait. It is a decision every time, remade once again, every day. The next principle is not giving the ball away. No unforced turnovers. In basketball, we say, value the ball like it's gold. In life, it's your attention, your energy, your time. You only get so many possessions. How many are you going to continue to give away? Scrolling, people-pleasing, numbing, living someone else's priorities. These are life's turnovers. So much depends on reputation, so guard it. That includes your inner reputation, what you think of yourself. Are you someone that you can count on? Protect your deep work. Attention is your only true currency. Reclaiming your focus is an act of self-honesty. Don't give the ball away. Value that like it's gold. And don't give yourself away. Take the right shots. Here's the truth. Not every shot is a good shot. You may be open, but are you ready? Are you in rhythm? Is that your shot? Does it play to your strengths? Life's no different. We say yes out of obligation. We chase goals that don't belong to us. We waste years upon years on shots that never fit us, never suited our game. Growth mindset doesn't mean you take every opportunity. It means you discern which opportunities stretch you and which ones dilute you. Know your shot. Take it when it's yours. Have the courage, the wherewithal to understand that you may miss. And make peace with the ones that you don't make. This is what we call alignment over achievement. Finish the possession. A defensive stop without the rebound is an empty possession. You almost did your job, but not quite. In life, there's a myriad of examples. The conversation avoided, the dream deferred. Half finished is more like half drained. Energy leaks from every loose end. Plan all the way to the end. We talked about what it means to slow down, to be mindful, to live with intentionality and attention. Finishing well is a form of self-respect. It's sort of like how you signal to yourself, I'm someone who follows through. Don't just start strong. Have a mentality and a focus and a conviction to end stronger. And to that end, start and end with strength. Every coach has said it. The first 2 minutes out of halftime matter more than we realize. So do the last 2 minutes before the buzzer. Psychologists often refer to it as the primacy and recency effect. We remember how something begins and how it ends. It's the same with your day. When I reflect on it, I often remember how I started. I think of the morning routines, about setting myself up for success. Not necessarily just about productivity. It's about presence. Evening reflection isn't about performance. It's about, once again, returning, reflecting, and being mindful. So what we explored in our episode on stillness, you don't need to necessarily do more. You need more attention to how you're doing it. So be thoughtful, bookend your days. Begin with clarity and end with a sort of reflective honesty that is a true mirror and reflection on how you're living, how you're carrying yourself throughout the day. Now, none of this is about perfection. This is about craft. This is about practice. This is about performance enhancement, skill acquisition, both tangible and intangible. It's about treating life like it matters, like the game does, like you do. Execute with intention. Your nervous system responds to repetition, to repetitive actions, to grounded routines. Identity is forged through drudgery and consistency. These are the truths we've been weaving through, reflecting on presence, on process, on recovery, on reflection, and ultimately on growth. In the gym, the court, the field, that's where we get to rehearse all of it. So here's the call to action. ask yourself, what are your non-negotiables? What are the small acts, the daily standards that make you feel aligned, alive, locked in, awake? Write them down. Rehearse them. Live them. This isn't about chasing a highlight. It's never been about chasing a highlight. This is about owning the margins. Because the margins are where life is won. And the margins, they're yours.